Alright, the next story quest is a cold reunion given to us by Estinian. We are in Megaduta, in Ratzehan, level 90. Here we go. By all accounts, Ajdaya is Golbez's prisoner, yet if she was in the source, it could be that she managed to escape from the void, if only for a fleeting moment. But that is mere conjecture. If we want the truth, then we must go and find it. Come, let's make for Tertium. Our friends are waiting. Are you gonna take me there? Because that would be amazing. Yes, I love it when they do that. So Tertium is that underground train station where we rescued a lot of people. We'll probably see him in the upcoming cutscene, but this is the blood stain from where the commander shot himself, apparently. Anyway, I've had the entertainment or accompaniment node for a while now. I love it. It's actually a side quest, a series of side quests to get that. I just had you a couple ago. Let's see what else comes up randomly here. Robon I had like right after Heloise or Heroise or whatever that is. Buff of Darkness, sure. I'm pretty sure you get this from defeating Cloud of Darkness, which is a part of the storyline, I think. Anyway, we'll talk to Estinian to continue the quest. Cutscene.
Any moment now.
Any minute now.
My friends, 'tis good to see you again.
The twins come, dressed in their fluffy winter coats.
And you. I was worried that the cold wouldn't agree with you, but you're both looking quite well.
You get used to it. It helps that there's no shortage of fuel and heaters like before.
Glad to hear it. Have you been working in Garlemald all this time?
We have. Though the worst is behind them, the people still have a long road ahead. With the nation in ruins and the leadership void yet to be filled, there remains a lack of direction, a pervasive sense of aimlessness and worry.
Rebuilding should be the first aim.
Still, everyone wants to make things better. And we're here to help.
Figuring out how everybody's skill set fits in the best, you know.
A lot of Garleans wanted nothing to do with us, but they're starting to come round. Slowly, but surely.
My options are, you're doing a fine job, or it sounds like quite the undertaking. It sounds like quite the undertaking. I don't know if they're doing a good job.
Indeed, it has not been easy. But we've been able to make progress thanks to the cooperation of like-minded souls.
I can assume they're doing a good job based on past experience and performance, but you never know for sure.
The allied nations continue to send supplies, which allow us to meet basic needs such as food and shelter. Meanwhile, Euless and a number of soldiers have begun a restoration initiative, with more and more volunteers joining by the day.
Like Alphino said, they've got a long road ahead of them. But we'll get there together, one step at a time. But enough about events here. What brings you to us? And with new company, besides.
This may take rather a long time to explain, but bear with me.
We'll go into a little side, yeah. Time lapse, screen goes black. And we're back.
The 13th! After traveling to the edge of existence, I thought you'd keep your escapades closer to home for a while.
Well...
But I suppose there's no stopping you. Not that I'm one to talk, of course.
The heart of an adventurer cannot be denied.
You could have at least invited me too. Surely there was room enough for me and Grahar in the undersea vault.
She's a little obstinate. My options are sorry, or I thought you were busy. I thought you were busy.
I know, I know. I only meant to tease. Mostly. But on a more serious note, are we sure it's wise to keep Xenos' former avatar around? I understand how you came to work together, but nevertheless...
You're right to be cautious. I'm a void sent, after all. But do not conflate me with Xenos. To recall my time in his service, it angers me.
Is that so? I think we'll get along just fine, you and I.
Now that we are all caught up, to the matter at hand. As we were about to resume our search in the void, I felt the presence of my sister Ajdaya in the source. Somewhere in the far north, perhaps even here in Galmald. If you have seen or heard anything out of the ordinary, I must know.
Alphino gives it a thought, a think.
As a matter of fact, we may have. In recent days, we have had to contend with a surprising number of Voidsent. And not the lesser kind that occasionally manifest, but ones possessed of considerable power.
You think they might have been summoned? By whom?
We're not sure. But as Euless reminded us, practitioners of a certain traditional Garlean art rely upon void-sent servants. While there are no known Reapers left in Garlemald, we can't rule out the possibility that some are working in secret.
To summon not one, but several powerful Voidsent is no small feat. But if Ajdaya was indeed called from the void...
Then it is likely the same party is responsible. Alternatively, the etheric confluence at the Tower of Babel may have triggered an expansion of natural fissures one could use to cross over. But I think that improbable, if not impossible.
Then we must assume these events have indeed been orchestrated.
Well, summoned or no, we've been trying to track them to their origin. It's the mountains to the east, we think.
Can you guide us there?
I would, but the terrain is too difficult to traverse on foot. Nor is flying an option due to the winds.
Too much ground to cover in any case. Is there no way to narrow it down?
There is one place we thought to look first. An isolated village rumored to have once been home to a Reaper order.
That would indeed make an excellent start. Though the question of how to get there remains.
Euless may be of assistance. Let us return to Camp Broken Glass and consult him.
We're off to see the Euless. The wonderful Euless of Oz. Mount up. Can I? Yeah, there's a teleport. Hondi P. 100 gil. I don't know why it has a P when it's gil. Oh, it's not a P. It's got weird symbols in it. Never mind. It's got weird symbols in it. I'm sorry, guys. Alright, speaking to Varshan, or sorry, Euless down here. Another cutscene. Please keep voice acting so I don't have to. No, dang it. Oh, mercy, what a welcome surprise. He sees the Scions with me as well, but he knows, anyway. And I see you're traveling with a large crew as usual. Not to suggest that's an inconvenience for us. We'd be happy to share our supplies with you and your allies, should you require any. Apologies if we interrupt, Ulyss, but there's a matter we wish to discuss. We've just finished our routine briefings. You come at a good time. Is this about the Void Scent? It is. From what we can discern, they're coming from the mountains to the east. Practitioners of the Reaper arts once lived in that area, did they not? He thinks so, right? Yes, they had a village there in the Lapis Manalis caverns. The Scythe Wielders forged pacts with Voidsent and took to battle with the beings at their side. For a time, they played an invaluable role in our military, but the advent of Magitech saw them fall out of favor. And when some were unmasked as insurrectionists, the order was outlawed. The village is believed to be long abandoned. My sister has been taken captive by Voidsent. I sensed her presence in this land and have come in search of her. If Voidsent have been sighted here, then I believe there is a connection. We should like to investigate these caverns you mentioned, but Alphino tells us they are not easily reached. I'm afraid so. Deep snow and tumultuous winds rule out walking and flying. If you want to get anywhere, you're going to need a Magitech snowcraft. The last remaining functional one we had is broken down. Should still be over in Cerulean Ingans, where it was abandoned. Is there anyone who can fix it? Says Alise. Perhaps the former engineers at Tapper's Den. Their duty included transporting ceruleum tanks to Juturna Platform G using snowcraft. I expect they had to maintain a few over the years. That's worth looking into, I'd say. In the course of delivering provisions, I've come to know the people there quite well. If they can help us, I'm sure they will. May I ask you to accompany her? Given the presence of Voidsent, it's best that we avoid traveling alone, says Alphino to me. In the meantime, will you not tell me more about the mountain? I would like to learn as much as I can before commencing our search in earnest. Come with me. I'll introduce you to someone who's well versed in the local geography. Alise, was it? I wish to speak with you. In that case, why don't you come with us to Tapper's Den? We can chat on the way. Zero nods. And we all go off in our separate ways. We take our Jazz Wolf. Oh, Chocobo Keep. I didn't get one. I was here last time, I guess. Or it wasn't here, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, we go off to the east. We have a stone path, but otherwise we have snow everywhere on either side. Big old woolly rams called Olivos. We've been here before, but occasional tree here and there, not like dead. The trees are hanging on. They've got some green, evergreen kind of style probably. They don't look like the evergreen trees I'm familiar with, but in fact, I think there's a reason the evergreen trees in reality are the way they are. It's because they form a cone that helps form a barrier to the cold a little bit. I think maybe. Anyway, we find Alise and Zero along the path. Cutscene. Shoot.
What was it you wished to talk about?
Why do you help these people? What is it that you stand to gain?
I'm sorry?
You don't act on behalf of a higher power, nor are you bound by a contract. In spite of this, you help them. Why?
When Alise said, "I'm sorry," she looked to me like, what's she talking about? And, yeah.
And there I thought it was something serious. I help them because I want to. Because it's the right thing to do.
But what do you stand to gain? You didn't answer the question.
The precipitation looks like rain. It was snowing before, but now it seems to be rain. Or at least it's sleet. I don't know.
Didn't I? I followed my heart. What I got out of it came after. Was there anything else? If not, let's keep moving.
Stuck on your heart. Hang on every word you say.
Right. To act not out of obligation or in pursuit of gain. To simply live. And they survive like this.
Well, the twins also happen to be rich. So, at least, you know, they come from a rich family and they have abilities which allow them to help people, and people are willing to give them food and shelter, and they have no need of money, really, aside from the ability to, like, using it to help other people. There are a lot of philanthropic people who just don't have the means to be as philanthropic as they wish they could. Anyway, we'll talk to Alice to continue. We should get back to it, but before we do... Are you alright, Zero? Did I say something that confused or upset you? No, I'm simply trying to understand your perspective. If you wish to continue, I am ready and able. Well, that's a relief. This isn't the sort of place you want to mull over things. It's not much further farther to Tapper's Den. I doubt we'll have much trouble finding an engineer when we arrive, so let's speak with the first one we spot. Speak with the first one we spot. We got some ice lizards with the fin on their back and a flappy, a fish fin tail. It's like a shark fin on the back and a fish fin tail. But it's frozen here, so maybe they evolved when it was not frozen here and they can swim. We have a spirited engineer in this cave that we have been to, I think, once before, at least once before. Wait, I know you. You're the one who roughed up the guards. After you left, your contingent friends came along. Our lives are a lot easier now thanks to them. They understood our plight and offered to help, whether we wanted to stay here or return home. For that, we're truly grateful. We're grateful to you too, Alice. The trip across the lake is hardly pleasant, but you make it all the same to bring us provisions. Oh, don't mention it. We're just glad we can help. That said, we were actually hoping to ask a favor of you today. We need a Magitech snowcraft repaired, the one abandoned in Cerulean Engines. We were told you might be up to the task. Ah, so you want to ride the mammoth. That's what we took to calling the crafts on account of their size. As often as I use them on rigs, I know a thing or two about their maintenance. I'll see if I can get your mammoth roaring again. It's the least I can do to repay your kindness. Wonderful. Please come with us back to Camp Broken Glass, and we'll take it from there. So far, so good, Mercy. Let's be on our way. You just had to give that little bit extra, which, maybe not. I'm like, yeah, well, we'll see. I think she was foreshadowing, you know, or jinxing it, as they say. Like, man, it's slow today. It means it's gonna get fast and really scary, and you're gonna be. Superstitions, but. We get back, talk to Alphino to complete the quest. Cutscene. I feel like something bad's gonna happen because she said that, is what I'm saying. Welcome back. I presume this is the engineer who will help us with the craft? I'll do everything I can to get her up and running again, but I doubt I'll be able to do so quickly, at least on my own. The mammoth is big, and so are its parts. Some strong back should make the work go faster. You have ours, says Estinian, coming up with Y'shtola and Varshan. You finished learning about the mountain, I take it? Gosh, unknown. Aye, and we have a solid grasp of that area, as well as the site of the snowcraft. Got Irish for a split second there. My back is perhaps not as strong as some, but I should be glad to stand guard for Voidsent and other unruly wildlife, says Ishtola. Much obliged, miss. Then let's all head over to the mammoth and assess what needs fixing. Nods, and those four are off. They have matters here well in hand, which means we can resume our duties. Would you care to assist us, Mercy? Sure. I pat my chest a couple times, smile. How about you, Zero? She does that, grab the brim of her hat, or like the front of her hat, and think. I will assist you as well, as payment for answering my question. It's hardly something that demands payment, but we'd be glad for your contribution nonetheless. A cold reunion is complete. Nothing bad happened. Alright. For now. But still. Alright. That is the end of this video. I will see you soon for the next one.